Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Math with Mr. W. Today's topic is multiplying fractions. And this is not the only video that's going to be about multiplying fractions. This is just the beginning. This is about reading and recognizing. Reading and recognizing. So this one is just about just getting started, opening the door. And the important thing here is that your students are reading what's in front of them. So as they look at this first problem right here, it says 1/2 times 10. But what is the times sign going to be read as? And you're going to tell them, of course, that it's of. So it's 1/2 of 10. 1/2 of 10. And that'll clue them in as to what the solution would be. That'd be 5. 1/2 of 10 is 5. So that's a way for them to know that the solution is going to be 5. Now, we haven't done any factoring yet. We haven't done any reducing of fractions. We haven't done any of that. All we've done is we've read the problem and thought about what it could be. All right. Now, the next one says, what is 1/3 of 12? What is 1/3 of 12? So if I broke 12 down into 3 pieces, what would the value of each piece be? So I got 3 equal pieces that add up to 12. What's the value of each piece? So, of course, they know that 3 times 4 is 12, so they know that this is our solution. And that's where we start, because that makes things simple, but they're reading it. What is 1/3 of 12? But now we get a little bit more difficult when we ask the question, what is 1/2 of 1/3? What is 1/2 of 1/3? Now, you should have a big piece of paper on your wall that can be written on over and over again, wiped off and written on, that goes from 0 just to 1. And why do you want to have that from 0 to 1? So you can say to your class, okay, where is 1/3? Where is 1/3? If I'm looking at from where you are, this is 0 and this is 1 on this side. Where do I have 1/3? And have someone go up there and try and place 1/3 on the line between 0 and 1. And if they have a place that you think might be correct, say, that's a good job. Now, what made you choose that? Why did you choose it to be there? And then they can explain. And again, we're bringing everybody into the idea. So the why brings everybody in. Now, we need 1/2 of 1/3. So we need 1/2 of that distance was now 1/3. So we don't have 1/2 of 1, which is 1/2. We have 1/2 of 1/3. So that brings it down to what? So this is where you look at this and say, well, there's a process that tells us what it is. It's 1/6, because 1 times 1 is 1, and 2 times 3 is 6. But let's take a look at this in a picture. Okay? I've drawn a circle here. Okay? And I've broken it up into thirds. But now I want to know what 1/2 of 1/3 is. And so I can go over to the board and I can draw the halves marks of those spaces. And how many places do I have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6. So what was 1/3 is now 1/6. So each piece is 1/6 of the whole circle. So that's one way of making them see in a picture. While 1/2 of 1/3 is a sixth, we have it on a number line, so we could have somebody go up there on the number line and mark a point that's halfway between 0 and 1/3. So have them mark it. So that becomes 1/6. And then you draw the picture here, and they get another visualization of 1/6. So we're looking here just the beginning of understanding how we multiply fractions. We're not talking about the lifeblood of multiplication. We're not talking about a lot of factoring, but we're doing some of just the beginning of what multiplication of fractions is all about. So I hope you enjoyed this little session. We'll see you next time on Math with Mr. W.